Alright, what's going on people, Ringworld Map here, and today we're gonna do a video, a pre-fight analysis of Lomachenko versus Haney. Now this is not really the most exciting fight of the year in my opinion, but Devin Haney does have some advantages over Lomachenko which may help him keep the fight closer, even win the fight. So I'm gonna tell you guys who I think will win in the end. Let's get right into it. The first one is going to be the jab on the slip. So as you can see here, Lomachenko is a very front foot heavy fighter, and whenever he slips on the inside right here, is very prone to the jab of his opponent. Now we already know Devin Haney has one of the best jabs at the moment. You know, he almost won that fight against Kambosos exclusively with the jab alone, and so this is really going to be a useful weapon for him. As you can see, Lomachenko doesn't really have any weight on that back foot anymore, and so in case Devin Haney decides to jab him, you know, it's either he leans back or he gets hit right there on that front foot. In this case, it's really just Richard Comey, so the jab of Comey is not really as threatening as Haney, and so as you can see here again, he leans over on that front leg, and upon leaning over on that front leg, you're gonna see that he gets hit with that jab. Because it doesn't have any weight on that back foot, it doesn't really have a lot of time to step back and to get out of distance for that jab to miss. So that's the first thing that we'll see with Lomachenko. Now we're gonna talk about countering the gazelle jab of your opponent, or countering with the gazelle jab, I should say. Not countering the gazelle jab, but countering with it. Okay, so as you can see here, whenever Comey decides to jab with that bladed stance, which is pretty much what Devin Haney has also, Devin Haney has that bladed stance, what Lomachenko will do is either he'll slip on the right side, or he'll just come over the top of that gazelle jab. And you know, because Comey is a bladed fighter, he doesn't really have the time to step back as well, because all of his weight is on that back foot. Okay, so there are two things here. If your weight is too heavy on that front foot, you still have the chance to actually step back. But if it's all on the back foot, then it's going to be really hard, because all your weight is on that back leg, and it's going to be really difficult to move your back leg once it's planted right there. So as you can see here, he's going to throw that lazy jab, and then Lomachenko will counter him with a gazelle jab right there. And this is going to be a really useful weapon for him because, again, Devin Haney likes to stretch out that lead hand a lot, and he does throw a lot of measuring jabs as well. Jabs which do not really hit hard, or jabs which not really, or which doesn't really have a lot of power in it. You know, jabs which are lazy in a sense. And so we're going to see that same thing here. Again, he's going to start with that jab, and then Lomachenko will try to counter with a gazelle. I think he missed right there. But, yeah, that's one example as well. Okay, now we're going to talk about the gazelle cross. There are a lot of ways that he likes to throw this. The first one right here, what you're going to see, is a left hand right there. He does take a gazelle step, in my opinion. What he planned on doing there was he planned on throwing another left hand, but then Comey was already too far away. So you want to see that for yourself here. Bam. Yeah, Comey was too far away already. Let's see another example here. Bam. Again. There, he decided to throw a left hand, and then upon throwing the right hook, bam, he does take a step to the side with that back foot, and then he creates an angle for himself, okay? So here it is again. The gazelle cross is gonna start off, well, that's actually the gazelle jab. Let's see if he does a gazelle cross here. Starts off with the jab. Okay, that's a gazelle cross right there. That's the follow-up shot is a gazelle cross. Bam. Okay, gazelle cross. Let's see that one more time. Gazelle cross, bam, right hook, and then a rear hook right there, which push Richard Comey back. Okay, so this one, let's see what this is. This is gonna be a left hook to the body first, bam, left hand, and then again a gazelle step, and that right jab right there at the end is kind of sneaky, and that's because again it's a gazelle step. The gazelle step is really a deceptive move. And Devin Haney is going to have a hard time with this because he relies too much on his upper body movement. If you only rely on your upper body movement, that gazelle step can still reach you, or that gazelle punch can still reach you. You know, you need to step back in order to fully evade that gazelle jab. If you don't, you're gonna be hit, because the gazelle jab or the gazelle step can reach much further than a typical step in. So now we'll look at the side shift. Okay, so here you're gonna see him put Comey. Well, Comey did a pretty good job here. I thought he was bladed, but he was actually with a high guard. But either way, whether you use the high guard or the Philly shell, you're gonna be in a big trouble. You're gonna be in big trouble if Lomachenko decides to use this on you. So what you actually need to do is you need to keep the distance, or you need to smother him. All right, if you smother him, you're gonna stop him from taking that angle, and you're gonna kill his momentum on those angles that he likes to create. So here, he's not really doing that, right? He's bending out the waist. He could have grabbed the waist of Lomachenko here, but he doesn't do that. His lead hand stays there, and so Lomachenko is able to create an angle on him. So let's see another example here. Gazelle jab, bam, alright? You're gonna see that side shift once again right there. Alright, so that's actually not it. That's the wrong timestamp. So here's gonna do a left hand or a left straight, and then again use that right arm or that right glove in order to push him a little bit to the side, and then upon pushing him right there, he takes that side shift. So now we'll look at the rightward rope exit. What we'll see with Lomachenko is he likes to exit on his right side whenever he's trapped on the ropes. Now, it's going to be really difficult for Haney to move forward and to cut him off if he does this, because Devin Haney doesn't really throw the left hook a lot. And if you guys want to see an example of this, you guys can check out my video on the sparring of Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson, alright? You're going to see Shakur Stevenson right there moving to the right side, and Devin Haney cannot really cut him off because he didn't have a good left hook at the time, even until now. So, let's see another example. Alright, here he is. He's getting close to the ropes. Guess what he does? Bam, he just takes that slip on the right, and then upon taking that slip, he escapes on the right side, right there. Alright, very sneaky gallop right here, side gallop. Let's see another one. Oh, we're getting close to the ropes. Bam, ducks down, and exits right there. And this is going to be really difficult to cut off, or he's really going to be a difficult fighter to cut off if you don't have a left hook. And unfortunately, Devin Haney doesn't really have the best left hook in the world. As you can see here, Comey's jabbing, but that jab is nothing because Lomachenko will just slip it right there and he'll move to the right side. So you need hooks. If you got someone who likes to slip punches a lot, you need hooks to stop it. So as you can see here, Comey will have some success with the check hook. Alright, let's see. Damn, there it is. Alright, so the last one we'll see, which I think will ultimately help Lomachenko, is just his ability to control the clinch. His ability to fight on the inside. He's much better on the inside than Haney, and I think that will really give Haney problems, alright? He's never faced a guy who wrestles like this. He's never faced a guy who's good at smothering it like this, and so this is going to be a really difficult fight for him. However, here's the thing. Haney is bigger, I know. Haney actually walks around bigger, so he may have some strength advantage over Lomachenko, but remember, Comey was also way bigger, and Lomachenko was able to smother him around like this. So, that was it, in my opinion. I got Lomachenko via decision. You know, you guys may disagree with me, that's perfectly fine. I think the age might play a factor. We don't really know if Lomachenko has gotten older, and by older, I don't mean age. By older, I just mean in terms of his skill, how much has it declined? You know, that's what age means really in sports. It's not about the number. Some guys age pretty early, and then some guys can last up to their 40s. So that was it. Subscribe if you're new. I got Lomachenko on this one. And join my Patreon if you want to. Peace out.